a quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes, you're on your way. Flow FastPay. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Kick and victory. Our lives are changing, and together we
just a game. Ball is our life.
Leveraging football to transform.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinic Decor is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinic Decor, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinic Decor. So walk again pain-free with La Clinic Decor. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
On Easter Sunday, the biggest brunch party in the West returns. Rise 4, the celebration. Easter Sunday, March 31st, Soufre Mini Stadium. Featuring international sensation Tennyson John and the DJ Project live. Also, MTX, A1 Jugglers, Sir Lancelot, Hype Kid, DJ JH Indalo, Levi Chin, DJ Irv, Power FM DJs, MC Donnerville. Easter Sunday from 12 noon, we rise.
Look at people in here tonight. That's what they do.
Regular tickets are $80 and $350 for a VIP area. Get your tickets online at www.fourcirclestickets.com. Mambo's Bar and Courts in Soufre and Courts Ready Cash island-wide. Get VIP and group tickets with no cash. Quartz Ready Cash. Dress code Slay in Orange. Rise 4, The Celebration, an Optimum Event production. Platinum sponsors, Quartz Ready Cash and Power 97.9 FM. Gold sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia. Other sponsors, Digicel, Piton Beer, Strongbow, and Island Sound.
Discover Power 97.9 FM and listen all day, every day with powerful names in radio. Your power personalities, powerful shows, the best in Power Pack programs, pure niceness with Power Up Mornings. Wake up, praise, and worship. Then be a part of the most exciting show in the land. Threesome in the morning. Share your views inside the Situation Room. From 10 a.m., it's mid-mornings, followed by your Power Lunchtime News. And then the biggest lunchtime talk show, NewsSpin. From 2 p.m., it's the afternoon Power Drive. At 6 p.m., we take off with Flight 97. Weekends are steamy with French Connections. Sound Up Saturdays and Sunday Recharge. We dedicate Power 97.9 FM to you. Discover your champion sound. Power 97.9 FM. Streaming live via the internet at www.power979.com. This is Power 97.9 FM.
For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open, the eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed, the head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward, the gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt, truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching, the voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple, all you sow you reap. The soul of truth is flaming, the heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The government minister displays a sense of entitlement. The K9 unit, what is the latest? We'll be hearing from the island's Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for finance. And of course, we have our NewsSpin news of the day, as well as the question of the day. Welcome to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin Facebook page and the NewsSpin YouTube channel. My name is Timothy Poleon. We'll go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be going through the comments in the chat room, and Kim Ann is there. She'll be doing that, and we'll be taking your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp messages at 716 2026, and that is 716-2026. It's very important that you have a talk show where the host can tell it like it is, without sugarcoating. There's a time for diplomacy, nonetheless, but there is a time when we have to be forthright, and that is in the hope of ensuring that the dialogue that we'll be undertaking on this program in particular will lead to something that is fruitful and that will redound to the benefit of our St. Lucian society. Because NewsSpin is an institution, and we aim to make a positive difference in the lives of the people of this country. So no sugar coating will do it for us. No sugar coating will result in us getting the desired result, one that is positive and also one that is progressive. Yesterday, one individual, I think via WhatsApp, pointed us to the comment that was made by the Home Affairs Minister, who took ill recently and was airlifted to Martinique. I would have made reference to the cost of the air ambulance, among other things, and of course some of you would have taken offense. Some of you would have objected, primarily because of politics. The Home Affairs Minister was on the talk show Can I Help You with Richard Frederick last Thursday. And not until reference was made to it, and I was pointed to the comment that was made, was I aware that she actually made reference to she being a St. Lucian, and people are taking issue with the government financing her treatment over in Martinique, and she has done so much for St. Lucia. She's displaying a sense of entitlement. Saying to ordinary St. Lucians who are catching the royals, poor people, indigent, that you must always set some money aside so that in the event that you're ill, you'll be able to finance your medical treatment. Does the same apply for individuals like the Home Affairs Minister, former school principal? I think she served as the coordinator of Education International, coordinator for the Caribbean. And along the way, she would have been paid as a teacher, as a school principal, in various capacities serving the country. She would have been paid. As government minister, she got a salary. And I can just imagine one or two people saying, that's insensitive. But consider the plight of the majority of St. Lucians. Consider their plight for a moment. They're getting pittance for what passes for wages, what passes for a salary. They can barely save. They do not have life insurance. They cannot afford health insurance. And people who have been working for so many years, retired, getting a pension, they've gotten a reasonable salary over several years. Because now you're a politician, you're a government minister, you have the sense of entitlement. That not the government in particular, no. But the taxpayers have to foot your medical bill. Should this be obligatory? Should this be mandatory? And we are not being insensitive, you know. We're just saying that's a conversation that we should be having. Because unfortunately, many people in this country, if they are ill, they either try to seek refuge at the St. Jude Hospital, what passes for a hospital there, seek refuge in Soufrière Hospital, seek refuge at the OKEU, because they cannot even contemplate going over to Martinique. But the government minister says, I have served the people of St. Lucia in so many capacities. I made a difference in the lives of people, and therefore, why not pay my medical bill? What about the sanitation engineers? People who we once described described as scavengers. What about the stevedores? They're not serving the people of this country, not serving the country. What about the vendors? Aren't they serving, aren't they serving the people of this country? And at what cost? Let us listen to the Home Affairs Minister speaking on that issue last Thursday on that program, Can I Help You?, hosted by Government Minister Richard Frederick.
The issue is that I am a St. Lucian citizen, and I have given more than enough human service to this
qualify
country, right?
for that kind of treatment.
And I was employed with an international organization. And you know what the insurance they had? That is the price they put on my life for if in case anything happened to me. 2 million euros was the insurance they put to cover
any medical
travel, whatever happens.
Y'all are hearing this?
Right?
Y'all are hearing
and then
this?
if in my own country where I've lived my entire life, give community service at all levels in education and everything, and if government decides to spend money to save my life, people find that this is too much for the government to do for what I have done to change life.
The island's Home Affairs Minister. Didn't I say more? But then again, the floor is yours, and you can give me your feedback on this if you believe it requires feedback. We open the lines immediately at 452-2979, 452-2979. And you could send me your WhatsApp messages at 716-2026. I suspect we had some changes, technical changes, and we will not be able to facilitate your WhatsApp calls. But you could send me your WhatsApp messages at 716-2026. And, of course, your calls at 452-2979. It's not anything political. It's not anything SLP versus UWP. Something we've been discussing for decades now on this broadcast. Quality of healthcare, the availability of healthcare, who gets better treatment, who can travel overseas when they are ill, who are at the mercy of your VH and your St. Jude. It has nothing to do with the fact that this is a government minister of the SLP. Let us discuss it from the point of view of whether some people should be getting top-notch medical care at the expense of the taxpayers and the taxpayers themselves when they find themselves, when they are ill, then they do not have the alternative of seeking medical care beyond the shores of St. Lucia. Let's see if we have a call. 452-2979, 452-2979. We have a call. Let's take that call right now. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Hi, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you.
This is my very first time calling. I just heard from the Minister of Home Affairs, and I really cannot believe that this is a statement that a seemingly intelligent woman would make publicly. So if there was a 2 million euro insurance or whatever it was on your head, Why didn't you stay with that organization? That's the question I have for the minister. Because her doing public service and all of that is majority of St. Lucians. That's the teachers. These are the nurses. So are they entitled to that same treatment that she got from the government because she's a government minister? Is St. Lucia a real place? That's all I have to say.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view with us. Let me just ask my technical producer if he could nod whether we can take the calls, the WhatsApp calls. Okay, I suspect we can take the WhatsApp calls at 716-2026, 716-2026, and also 452-2979, 452-2979. Think we have another call in line. Good afternoon, you are on the air.
Yeah, Tim, how you doing?
I'm okay, caller. How are you, Brother Harris?
Yeah, not too bad, big man.
Mm-hmm.
How is your assistant, Kimani?
Kimani is okay. She's great.
Okay, Tim, I don't even know if I want to comment on that minister's statement. Serious. Because my health is better than that. I don't want to get annoyed, nothing like that. But all what I want to say is that what about the other people that have worked so hard? These people that have been killed, we don't owe them anything. But the minister, as she said, she works in so many departments, she getting a salary and so on. I'm not saying the government cannot pay the bill, but to come out with this type of statement is ridiculous. And you mentioned some of the points I wanted to bring. What's about the scavenger that have contributed so much for our health, working on Christmas Day, on holiday, everything, taking out this garbage that can cause us to be sick and so on. What about all these nurses, all these doctors? They are being paid.
Well, caller, some people are more important than others, eh?
Yeah, well, that's what I want to find out. If there are human beings that spell different from human being, I don't know. But it's so ridiculous. And, I hear next people clapping and so on, keeping all this. I'm afraid that this country, I passed by St. Jude's, when was that? And it hurt my heart. Yesterday, I said, man, why don't they just cancel jazz? Cancel all this. For me, it's nonsense compared to the health of our people and ourselves in St. Lucia. And take this money and speed up all what's going on in this hospital. And I told a friend of mine, man, I'm thinking about that hurricane season that's just a couple of months away. And I say, I don't want it to happen. Okay, I don't want it at all to happen. But I know this year we are going to suffer some hurricane. People might say, oh, you're talking negative and so on. I know what I just feel. And to see these people in that St. Jude's or so-called hospital and so on is just unbelievable. I just want to tell everybody listening that everybody is important. Everybody in God's eyes the same level. And people don't, if you owe Jack that for doing this, you'll have to pass it on. Man, I heard somebody, that same minister said some time ago, she'll encourage people to save. People cannot even eat. Most people in St. Lucia cannot even eat. And I am telling you that I know about that. I just feel it. Much just to save some money. How that's possible? These big boys in government, in the politicians all over the floor, opposition everywhere, they make money. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, after 2 terms, their pension, getting a salary for life.
Yeah, 2 terms are not less than 8 years.
And then, the next thing again, we want to put the blame on our youth. Man, I'm not supporting crime. I can never. I'd rather die now. But we must look at the things that are causing all these crimes and all this unstable in the country. We have people that have been retired, that are at the home enjoying, and you take them and put them in position because of all the politicians do it. Political favors and so on. That's why you see the party hacks, they're ready to kill you or kill each other for the party. And I want to beg St. Lucia, and you give them this position, paying them all that money, the youth leave school, nowhere to be employed. These people is the future of the country, we say, and we don't put them in those positions. We rather give it to people that's retired, making a big salary already, and the retirement all their lives, and no chance for these young people. So these young people, most of them, they have no other choice than to ditch in whatever handout they get in there. And the last thing I want to say, some time ago, you all talking about buying votes and these things. Man, we are people in more poverty in this country. When you say you can go, if it's happening, and I believe it's happening, I could be wrong, politicians going around paying people to vote for them, making people sell the future of their children by giving them a couple of dollars that will last for the night or for the week just to get into power. Look at what's happening around the world, in Haiti and so on. All these places, what's doing that? Power and greed. Men, we human beings are greedy. We are greedy sets of people, and we'll do anything to get money. And that's why the scripture says the love of it. God is not saying money is evil. God wants us to work. He wants us to do this. We must have money to do it. But when you love money and you take money as a God, that's the danger of it. Tim, take it easy. I'm telling you again.
Thank you so much.
That's the best radio station I like to listen to. Although Doctor tell me stay away from all these news and so on. But the next thing, Kemani's voice is much better than yours when she's giving you.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. All right. Brother Harris, all the way in Viewfort. We have Brother Rigobert now via WhatsApp. Let's see if we get this call on the air. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin on the air.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Brother Rigobert. How are you today? Mm-hmm. Are you hearing it? Can I talk? Ok. Merci pour couiller. Bonjour aussi. I think folks online, either YouTube and also on the NewsSpin Facebook page, you were not able to hear the contribution made just recently. We apologize for that, but those of you listening on Power 97.9, you would have been able to hear the contribution. I suspect we will just have to focus on the landline, calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. And in terms of WhatsApp, just send me your WhatsApp messages and I will be reading them. Let me see if we have some of your messages that we can go through. Somebody says, well, you can't blame the government minister. You have to blame us, St. Lucians. You know why? Because we allow them to do what they want and what they feel like. We don't have to wait for 5 years to fire them, and a lot of St. Lucians don't put country first before party. I don't think that was a comment that the minister should have made on the air. The minister should have made that comment privately at a cabinet meeting or to other friends, relatives, etc. But to say that to the people of this country is, I think, to say to them that you are not sufficiently, wise, you're not aware, you don't understand when a statement is nonsensical and should not be repeated. Because what the minister is saying is that she's entitled to that kind of treatment, but the ordinary St. Lucians, they have to fend for themselves. And we all should be considered equal. We are all considered to be equal in the eyes of God, and we all have to be equal in the eyes of man. More than that, any government of St. Lucia has to aspire to ensure that there's a level playing field as far as the provision of healthcare is concerned. So whether you are a government minister, whether you are a farmer, whether you're a sanitation worker, whether you're just an administrative employee, etc., you get quality treatment. The standard has to be high for all of us. Let's take another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, I think Mr. Rigobert said it well, and it's so true. But again, you can see the behavior of politicians. It's the arrogant and behavior of politicians. I look at the minister's statement. It's like the minister, as somebody that making style on you, I can get that and you cannot get it. I'm entitled for that. And she ended up and said she have, I think, €2 million.
No. She said at the time when she worked with international agency, she had insurance to the tune of several $1 million.
And she quoted by saying places that she have worked, it look like that is somebody that is capable enough to pay her bill. The state cannot pay a bill for you when you know you can pay it. But I said to you the last time when that thing surfaced, in the community where I live, we have this particular individual, even up to now, even as I'm speaking right now, that are on the line or on the list of persons that have to go matnic for cancer. And what? We play in a little country and western barbecue and dance to see whether that money can be raised. You see? So it's like the sickness of bourgeois are better, or the death of bourgeois are better than the death of Maliwe. You understand? You see how we are now? So now it is clearly in the eyes of St. Lucian now, and the next time they're going to get an opportunity to vote in this country, they will have to choose very well. Statement like that should never go unchallenged. So it is clearly shows now, in the eyes of St. Lucian, that once you become a politician, you have more value and you are more popular. But what you do, you would have to find out is that we are the one pay your bills. The taxpayers of St. Lucia have every right to question when any minister of government fell sick. I never said they cannot get a treatment, but the fact of the matter, in displaying this type of behavior, you on national radio. As a matter of fact, the minister exposed herself. The people of St. Lucia know all the minister business. Everything clearly now. And if you imagine, yesterday I went at the stadium, and the last time somebody called you and tell you the state of person at the stadium, and somebody went quickly and to say, no, you have to go there for yourself. There is this corridor, this hallway when you go in. Right now, there is no place to put anybody at the stadium. They just put in the corridor walkway area, go to where they pay in the bills. Just all in that area have person there. There's not even beds to put people. They don't have proper bed sheet. You know, they wrap something, whatever, like a foil paper, whatever it was, and just put you on that. When somebody died, the next person on that. It is horrible. The health situation is very poor here. Very, very poor. And like Dr. Harris said, this year, based on what they're saying, that we're going to get we're going to be ready for a rough ride in terms of hurricane season. God forbid, every time it's raining, Tim, the stadium is leaking big time. You see how many little buckets they have to put to catch water. It is just a mess. All now, so the weather is good, so the people are having a good time there. Once it starts raining, the stadium is leaking. And then now, you have a minister of health, which is, this is almost in his constituency. I was expecting him, among all people, to give gratitude to the former Prime Minister for starting the new St. Jude. The state-of-the-art St. Jude by now should have been completed, and St. Lucian probably would have been at that hospital before the hurricane season. But no, millions of dollars are then wasted again back on an 80-year-old facility, which nobody knows. I have no idea when it will complete, when is the timeline. Not even the stadium, which money, and that same money was allocated to. Nobody don't know how much. Nobody knows nothing, but contractors are there wasting money there. I doubt if they have proper supervisory person to supervise what is going on there. It's almost like the same old St. Jude, same old wasted money. Well, we are in serious trouble in that country. See, and honestly, God will bless you for having that program to let St. Lucia know where we are and the position that this country is into. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Kimani, good afternoon to you. What is in the chat room?
Good afternoon, Tim. In the chat room, someone says, all of these political parties are the same. Another comment, caller, I believe everything you're saying. Another comment, degrading our healthcare is no care. Someone else says, Tim, can you briefly relay the comment of Mr. Rigobert? We are in the dark here. We do not know the gist of the statement. The gist of the statement. Do you want to relay that, Tim? I think he spoke of basically saying that everyone should receive healthcare.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
Another comment, that statement, or this statement, referring to the minister's statement, was disrespectful. Tim, the minister is making us know that St. Lucia is an animal farm. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than equal. Another comment, classism is real. Pay attention, people. You are so correct, caller. Everyone is important. Every life matters. Another comment, if the government used the 2.5% to provide better equipment, training, medicine for the country, I do not think the citizens would be so upset about paying that increase. If that's the case, all teachers, police officers, nurses, firefighters, and civil servants are entitled to that same assistance from government. What she's done here essentially is to say to us that the bill will be paid by taxpayers and not herself. Someone says, lady, if you have so much energy, I think it's time to return to the job taxpayers' monies are paying you. Another comment, wow, Tim, this shirt is lit. Not my favorite color, but I must say you wear it well. It brings out your handsomeness.
Oh, thank you very much. I must say that I'm really pleased that you like it. Thank you.
The statement Virginia made about healthcare is under Moses Jabati's ministry and under the universal healthcare they promised. She never worked for free, so if she can get free medical, we all must have the same treatment as her. That's it in the chat, Tim.
I mean, statements of that nature, again, I mean, there are people who do not support political parties, middle of the road, and those people are swing voters. I believe statements of that nature have a tendency to be repulsive, and also especially people, again, who are not, who are the swing voters, it has a tendency to turn them off, as if you're saying you are more important than other people in this country, hard-working people. In case you're just joining us, once again, this is the statement that the Home Affairs Minister made. It was last Thursday on the NBC television program hosted by Government Minister Richard Frederick. Can I help you?
The issue is that I am a St. Lucian citizen, and I have given more than enough human service to this
qualify
country, right?
for that kind of treatment.
And I was employed with an international organization. And you know what the insurance they had? That is the price they put on my life, or if in case anything happened to me. 2 million euros was the insurance they put to cover
any medical
travel, whatever happens.
Y'all are hearing this?
Right?
Y'all are hearing
And then
this?
if in my own country where I've lived my entire life, give community service at all levels in education and everything, and if government decides to spend money to save my life, people find that this is too much for the government to do for what I have done to change lives.
Home Affairs Minister Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot. Still to come, we'll analyze again the canine unit. The French authorities, they are donating 1 canine so that we could have a canine unit in effect. I don't know if you could call it a canine unit with just 1 canine, just having a newsroom and you have 1 reporter. Is that really a newsroom or just 1 reporter there, trying their bit and so on? Okay. But anyway, we'll discuss that in just a moment as you continue to monitor NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640, or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It's time to spice up your meals with KFC's March Madness special menu. Rally up for our crispy, delicious nugget. Grab 8 pieces for only $10 or elevate your meal with 12 pieces for $15. Snatch up our nugget combos, now serving 8 or 12 pieces with a biscuit, fries, and a drink. Spike from $22 to $17 or from $28 to $23. We've got the little ones covered with 5-piece nugget meal with a biscuit and drink, or twisted up with mac and cheese, each for a tiny price of $10 and $11. For the hearty eaters, 5 crispy strips served with fries and a drink are all yours for $20. It's a limited time. Beats, make your way to KFC and treat yourself to these March Madness specials while they last. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinic Decor is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinic Decor, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinic Decor. So walk again pain-free with La Clinic Decor. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Get
That's the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more, so the tingo is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video cast app, unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes. More upon more, see how the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Catch it now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Salu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Automotive Art is a place to start.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Transforming St. Lucia through football innovation and excellence. The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League provides a pathway for the professional and personal development of young footballers, leading to community enhancement across Ireland.
Great opportunity.
In 2024, 10 district leagues will compete for the Premier Cup and 9 district leagues will face off for the Super Cup. 81 games in 4 venues. Come support your community as you witness the first ever St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League Championships. Competitive football, passionate players, and striking goals.
And it's in.
In collaboration with the government of St. Lucia and the St. Lucia Football Association, the Semi-Pro Football League is leveraging football to transform lives.
And so the referee brings the 90 minutes to an end.
Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience. On the fringe of St. Lucia Jazz, yet taking main focus is Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience. Featuring Taunton legend, Future Lights, Rob Zai and Finesse, TYP, Ricky T, Tedison John, Headliners, Nyla Blackman, Skinny Fabulous, Taurus Riley.
She's royal, yeah, so royal.
Presented by the Soufre Event Management Organization. Sunday, May 5th at the Soufre Mini Stadium from 3 p.m. General admission, $130 EC. VIP, $400 EC. Get your tickets at fourcirclestickets.com. SRDF, The Cell, Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience.
So we got some news from the Prime Minister on Monday of this week, the pre-cabinet briefings. Well, it's been yesterday. And it's as if he was providing the nation with some good news regarding the K9 unit. So he says that the French, I mean, shouldn't we be ashamed The French are going to provide us with one dog. And we see that with pride. 45 years old. But we're going to get one dog from the French, and that would be the composition of a canine unit. Let us listen to the Prime Minister on this whole canine issue. Canine unit consisting of one dog. And we say thank you. Like on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia, NewsSpin like to say thank you to the French authorities.
The French government, they've given us a dog. A dog. One dog for now. We're going to send a dog free of charge. They're going to send a trainer. They're going to train it. A local handler has to be found, and we take it from there. As to the future, I'm not sure as to whether we're going to have one dog or two dogs. But I know we're going to have one. I don't know for 2 and 3. We're going to have one dog. The French government, they've given us a dog. A dog. One dog for now. We're going to send a dog free of charge. They're going to send a trainer. They're going to train it. A local handler has to be found, and we take it from there. As to the future, I'm not sure as to whether we're going to have one dog or two dogs. But I know we're going to have one. I don't know for 2 and 3. We're going to have one dog.
As for the future, according to the Prime Minister, we don't know whether we'll augment it to 2 dogs or 3 dogs. But now we're down to 1 dog for the entire country. What obtained before? The Prime Minister decided to disband the canine unit. What obtained before? We had a canine unit consisting of 3 dogs. 3 dogs. We had 5 handlers, because you have 1 handler for each of the canines, and then you needed to rotate the handlers. So you needed 5 handlers. You had 5 handlers in all. 3 vehicles to transport the dogs. You need location, proper housing, accommodation for the dogs. Administrative staff for the dogs, nutrition, etc. And the government had a difficulty with forking out the $40,000 a month. It's just too much. Not important. It's not a necessity considering the crime problem that we experience, considering the challenge and the challenges that our police officers face when they go out on raids. The police officers cannot do it alone. You need the canine unit, a fully functioning, effective canine unit. And remember, the Prime Minister did promise, after he disbanded it, and we spoke about the issue, the fact that it was not a wise decision on NewsSpin. So we'll be having discussion with the police on it. We'll be having discussion on the Attorney General. We'll be having discussion here and there and everywhere, and then to determine whether we'll be having the canine unit reinstated. And then somebody from the St. Lucia Labour Party, remember, Lisa Jawayer, Public Relations Officer, Communications Officer of the SLP, called a broadcast last week, said that we need to have the statistics. Did you do the research to find out about the canine unit, etc.? What research you think went into that decision to have 1 dog in a canine unit? 452-2979, 452-2979, and your WhatsApp messages 716-2026. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Voilà, caller.
Ok, ça bon. Je voulais dire bon après-midi pour tout le monde qui a écouté On la Terre. Ça, c'est un programme qui est plus populaire en la Terre à venir pour ça. Et qui m'a toujours dit, mais dit qui moun même si moun connaît pas. c'est moi qui docteur Sigrid. Tim, est-ce qu'on va changer à peu près 3 semaines qui passent? Moi, fais rapport qu'on peut complain à votre chimé là, quoi, babonoa, bon, l'état était.
Oui, moi, changer ça.
Comment on va changer ça, comment? Moi, fais un complain. Eh bien, moi, à mon dit, moi, qu'il y a une intention pour chimé, bon, là, quoi, babonoa, il y a rongé. Et puis, je dis, moi, tenir l'occasion pour moi, ça monter là, et moi, ça va partir. Oui, ça, oui. Puisque moi tenir pour debout pour à peu près 10 minutes qu'à SPE, puisque là, les gens qui a directé trafic là, laisse ça pour debout, laisse ça pour aller, et puis moi, c'est un gens qui debout. Et puis, il y a travail à Sushi, mais la pas babonoa. Bon, là, les minibus drivers qui a un garçon qui a fait un bon travail sur NewsSpin, et bagaille. Ou qu'à souffrir ou pas après, ou pas dire, hein, et m'a obligé par ça, bon, ça là. So, ma dit bravo, mais il y a coupé NewsSpin. Bon, ça, vous avez pour faire team. Vous avez pour employer ma spokesperson pour NewsSpin. N'importe côté là et un pays américain là regarder comment ça va porter.
Well, Massa, I cannot afford your services. Massa afford services. So quand vous faites ça gratis, quand vous faites pour rien.
Tim, écoutez moi. Tim quoi un sponsor pas tout le monde man. Vous avez un sponsor pour même ces gaz pour docteur Sigrid, regardez moi descend Chic Bogis. Extrêmement Bogis là yo pas chop, et bon Tim. Mais menti pour tout. Puis si vous avez chimé en qui était l'école là pour descendre Bogis, c'est pas bon. Moi ça do i bon. All chimé en sorti depuis Bogis la guerre pour descendre Bogis, i bon. Et qui a travaillé à ce chimé là quoi. So merci, bravo pour NewsSpin. M'a dit pour ministre là, m'a dit pour infrastructure, mais pour NewsSpin, d'après monde qui a coûté et que vous mettez so yo à terre. Et puis, ça y est, pour faire, yo ka fait, yo ka ranger chemin. Li modé, hier après-midi, on dit moi, te rapporté à bot, la cour, ça c'est Health Center en Grande Rivière, docteur, Grande Rivière Grosile. Moi, aller là, et moi, faire un live vidéo, et témoin d'où. La partie bon, pièce, zordi, ou te sa ma ou comme bœuf là, yo ka prend whole semaine ka manger. Et puis, yo pas de cas avec yo, ka morfé. So, à mon dit, moi, yo commencé à nettoyer là. Massa, si ça veut, massa, dit ça veut, mais moi, quand prend opportunité pour examiner, faire examiner tout pour moi. L'autre là, n'a demandé, ministre infrastructure, mettez des speed bombs en Cap Grand Rivière pour sauver la vie moun. Parce que yo dit, moi, pendant yo dit, yo pas ça mettez, yo ça mettez. Là, vous avez des speed bombs pour sauver la vie moun. Changer là, dit ça avant de croire moun là. Et le dernier bail là, pour madame là, est-ce que c'est mon qui a believe en 3 days Christ spending the tomb on Sunday morning heroes? Est-ce que vous avez believe en ça?
By Holy Week là.
Holy Week là. C'est même ça, Holy comment tu?
Oui, Holy Week.
So, on dit c'est Holy Wednesday?
Oui, Tuesday. So it's Tuesday.
C'est Holy Thursday?
So today is Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. C'est moi pour un bail de monsieur.
Somewhere about Holy Week là. C'est vendredi pas de travail, samedi pas de travail, dimanche pas de travail, lundi pas de travail. La vie travail tout mardi, so c'est ça moi même pour le week là.
Mais moi même quand travail pour commenter so qui non matin qui joue, moi pour travail. Mais ça moi pas ça comprendre. Moi lever petit boy. Et que Christ was crucified on a Friday. And he spent 3 days and 3 nights in the tomb. Says Ayodino. However, on Sunday morning, when Mary Magdalene went to the tomb, the body was not in the tomb. She shouted, "He is risen. He's not in the tomb." So, Primania vendredi pour dimanche bonate, ça pas pris 3 days and 3 nights. Mais ça m'a dit qu'on met pasteur exprès pour explain maman yo pas ça explain. So Tim maka quoi ça. Naidou ça moi quoi. Moi quoi Jésus Christ c'est toi qui crucifié. C'est either un mercredi et jeudi. Vendredi sunset. Yo parti ça aller à Toumlan. All samedi c'était sabbat yo parti ça aller à Toumlan. Les Mary Magdalene aller dimanche bon matin. Bon dit Jésus Christ parti là. So, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, ça c'est 3 jours. So moi, as you believe moi ça no worry and moi ka steady bibla. Moi ko pièce côté. Moi ça ouais et pour moi ça quoi. Vendredi c'est 3 days. Vendredi, samedi, et dimanche bon matin c'est 3 days and 3 nights.
Okay.
Tim, ça te believe moi.
Oui, mais ça by this question ça mene on les Prise FM, OK? Prise FM. OK. Nous ka parler. Mene by Prise FM.
Bon, anyway, moi, autant donc, moi, ça servi plateforme pour moi, ça reach out pour toutes ces communautés qui problème, les venir pour chimer de leur différents bagages. Parce que c'est un bagage. Chimer, bon, c'est ça nous tous. Chimer, c'est ça nous tous. So, l'année là, il y a un petit problème, soit avec n'a pas là, mais ma vle moun di moi, j'ai qui bon na ouest. Bon, yo, j'ai dû à yon côté, et qui a coulé prix bas, tout. Ça, actuellement, là, pour être bloqué, qui a coulé. But, ma carrière, il m'a dit rien, but il m'a même vu ce qu'on savent ça.
Okay, we will see. What's that message? One dog, too funny. So many locals have good dogs breeding. Why can't the government buy from our local breeders? What's the difference between a French dog and a local German Shepherd? Better yet, get all the stray dogs off the road and train them. These dogs don't die easy. LOL. What's in the chat room, Kimani?
Someone says, here comes Pastor Ben and the one from before to correct this caller. Pastor Harris actually called earlier. Another comment, Tim, I thought the K9 situation was settled last week as we await the appointment of Sugar Cakes Charles to the SLU K9 operations. Another comment, we collected taxes but are still begging like vagrants. So what was the 2.5% levy being collected for in the name of security and health? We are beggars. Shame on them, one dog for the whole of St. Lucia. Another comment, pay attention to what's being said by our politicians. Eventually, they will come asking for your vote. Someone says, a minister has all types of allowances, including entertainment. They have a big and consistent salary. They pay no taxes, but they still put a 2.5% on the citizens. You're still asking St. Lucians to save money, so what are they really saving?
What's that message? Somebody says, notice how he laughed after the word dog. Also, why don't you, notice how he laughed after the word dog.
Another comment, someone says, PJP does not know what a K9 unit is. Since it's one dog in this case, what would you call it, Tim?
Big one?
Since it's one dog and it's not a unit, which comprises of more dogs and more handlers, what would you call it in this case?
I mean, just one dog forming the fool. That's all. It's not a unit.
Someone says, Dr. Secret, it's 2 days and 2 nights. Another comment in the chat, someone says, that
just shows the lack of progress, in our country. And yesterday Rick was talking about progress. Lack of progress. Moving from 3 dogs, 5 handlers, 3 vehicles, administrative staff, nutrition for the dogs, etc., to now 1 dog that's being donated by the French, and we're serious about fighting crime, and yet still when we address the crime problem in this on this program, people say don't politicize crime. People blaming the Prime Minister for the crime. If you cannot allocate the necessary resources for a fully functional, well-staffed K9 unit, don't you think that you're putting our lives at risk? Inadvertently facilitating the entry of illegal guns and ammunition into our country? We are not protecting our borders. We need to have a fully functioning K9 unit. If anything else, we should have increased the numbers from 3 to at least 5, considering the magnitude of the crime problem that we're experiencing, and especially the illegal firearms and ammunition on our streets.
But Tim, you said lack of progress. I don't think it's a lack of progress. I mean, of course,
What's it?
It's progress, Tim, progress. From 3 dogs to 1, of course, it's a decrease, but we now have a crime prevention minister. We have a 2.5% health and security levy, and we have 1 dog.
You're playing devil's advocate, Kimani. You're afraid of your skin. I don't blame you.
I'm not, Tim. I'm just saying it's progress nonetheless.
Very soon, the ministers will be debating the budget. You don't want anyone to make reference to you and what you said on NewsSpin, etc. But my back is broad, my chest is broad, so, I'll speak my mind on this particular issue. That definitely is not progress at all. 1 dog in a K9 unit. Thank you to the French.
Lack of progress. All right, 452-2979, 452-2979. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim. Kimani?
Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Good afternoon.
Right. Going back to the K9 unit and the under-generosity of the French, it's all well and good for the Prime Minister to laugh, but he must realize what he will have to do now is to get 5 more dogs. 5 more. You cannot run a K9 unit with 1 dog. So he better step on it, hadn't he? Don't you think?
He has to, and that's what I've been saying for so many months now. I've been speaking about this whole K9 unit issue. I mean, it's very dangerous, that the fact that we don't have a K9, a fully functional K9 unit. We have not had one since the government came into office a little over a year now, maybe close to 2 years. We don't have a unit, a K9 unit.
Dreadful. This is dreadful.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So he'll have to step on it and get some more dogs and trainers. That's the only thing. I'm fed up of this country always begging. We have to stop this begging habit. This begging. Why should the French step in and give a dog? All right. Be grateful. We should never look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay.
Okay, caller.
Speak soon.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. 452-2979. As far as WhatsApp, we cannot take your WhatsApp calls, but send me your WhatsApp messages. 716-2026. Hello, you are on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, I'm continuing the Prime Minister. To me, the man always laughing at serious matters.
That's it.
And he always repeats himself like he's a recorder. You have serious issues to deal with. The man is laughing at a dog. He's laughing. Now, concerning the minister, these people don't care. These people don't care, and to me, they have no empathy. So I'm saying, you worked, you served the country. The country paid you to work. So how are you claiming that you serve? If you serve and you claim you want to serve for free. But the country paid you, so how are you claiming that you serve?
Yeah. You serve in various capacities, yeah.
Like these people, I don't know, they go to get higher education and they sound more silly and more stupid. That's my take.
Okay, thank you so much. Kimani, the chat room, what's happening there?
In the chat room, someone says, so where will that 1 dog be? At the airport or the seaport? Tim, the dog will get tired. Poor dog. Tim of the Labour Party couldn't understand why the last administration went to the USA for help for the police. You think it's the use of a K9 unit they will understand? Another comment. Tim, I'm so confused of what's going on in St. Lucia. Tim, Lucians like freeness. He accepted the dog because he got it for free from the French. Someone says, Tim is right. You're afraid of your own skin. I am not. I'm just stating the obvious. It may not be the progress that we want to see, but it is progress nonetheless, Tim. But that's it in the chat room.
Somebody says via WhatsApp, the Commissioner of Police must now call in the Prime Minister to say exactly what he knows about the criminal activities in the country. This is based on a statement that he boldly made in Parliament the other day. And we have the Prime Minister. He made a statement explaining that he has made a disclosure. But before that, how the whole thing started, what he said recently about knowing what's happening behind the scenes. Here's the Prime Minister.
I also have something to say. I won't say it now about the crime in St. Lucia. I'll say it at some point, and you all may have to deal with me because I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know all that pretense about crime and who is pushing crime. I know what's happening behind the scene. What's happening behind the scene? I know.
So one of his handlers, one of the people who is doing PR for the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Rihanna Isidore, did ask him to react to the fallout which emanated out of the statement that he made about knowing what is happening behind the scenes as far as crime is concerned. This is how he responded.
Let me inform them, I've told the police what I know. Okay? Yes, I've told the police. I don't know. I don't get attack me for that. I don't get involved in operational matters. What I know, I've told them. And the people who did what they did know what they did. I wouldn't use the famous, I would use that, But all I can tell you is that I never say things without knowledge. And anytime the opposition jumps to something, there is truth in it. Check it out. Anytime they make a good, anytime they go screaming, he said so, he said so, there is truth in it. Check it out. Check all the issues that they've jumped about. There is truth in it. So when you jump on like that, they know why they jump in. But, this is too long.
Are you making up?
Huh? No, I speak the truth. And they jump.
Are you doing it on purpose?
They jump. No, after this goes. So when the fuss goes about making a big fuss and tell the Prime Minister, go on, I've told the police what I know. And that's all I'm going to say. Let me inform them, I've told the police what I know. Okay? Yes, I've told the police. I don't know. I don't get attack me for that. I don't get involved in operational matters. What I know, I've told them. And the people who did what they did know what they did. I wouldn't use the famous, I would use that, But all I can tell you is that I never say things without knowledge. And anytime the opposition jumps to something, there is truth in it. Check it out. Anytime they make a good, anytime they go screaming, he said so, he said so, there is truth in it. Check it out. Check all the issues that they've jumped about. There is truth in it. So when you jump on like that, they know why they jump in. But, this is too long.
Are you making up?
Huh? No, I speak the truth. And they jump.
Are you doing it on purpose?
They jump. No, after this goes. So when the fuss goes about making a big fuss and tell the Prime Minister, go on, I've told the police what I know. And that's all I'm going to say.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre. Still to come on the broadcast. A senator says there needs to be further clarification to this decision by the government of St. Lucia to guarantee an $80 million loan on behalf of the National Lotteries Authority. We'll be hearing from that individual in just a moment as you continue to monitor NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Catch the new vibe and the lingo. More upon more so the tingo is more wet flow if you didn't know. All these deals is a winner. More upon more wet flow. More data, more talk for sure. More WhatsApp, video, cast out, unlimited talk, so you not stop chat.
Flow prepaid combo plans just got better. Loaded with even more data and unlimited talk. Take advantage of WhatsApp and all its features with our new prepaid plans. Unleash your creativity with more social media. Dial *129 $ to activate.
Now that's the new vibe in the lingo. Yes. More upon more sell the tingo. It's more wet flow, now you really know. Catch it now. All these deals make you save more. Get more.
In these modern times, the field of medicine has become so advanced that no one has to suffer any longer before they can be seen by a specialist doctor. La Clinic Decor is proud to be the only healthcare provider in St. Lucia to offer the best and most experienced specialist doctors who are capable to first correctly diagnose and then successfully treat health conditions such as chronic back pain, spinal injury, sciatica, numbness, lupus, arthritis, joint pain, facial nerve pain, knee, heel, and shoulder pain, cramps, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Also available at La Clinic Decor, complete nerve tests to detect nerve injury or muscle disease. All health insurances are accepted at La Clinic Decor. So walk again pain-free with La Clinic Decor. To book an appointment, please call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950.
Shift into your savings gear this March at Automotive Art as we launch our March Madness sale. Pull up at any of our branches this March and save 20% off on all car accessories. Roll out with fantastic deals on tires of up to 30% off. And if you're missing some key tools for your toolkit, no problem. We're offering 15% off on all tools store-wide. But that's not all. Shop now and enjoy exclusive in-store specials on car care, lubricants, and more. Don't miss out on the action. The March Madness sale is happening right now at Automotive Art. Automotive Art, your car, our passion. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
It's time to spice up your meals with KFC's March Madness special menu. Rally up for our crispy, delicious nugget. Grab 8 pieces for only $10 or elevate your meal with 12 pieces for $15. Snatch up our nugget combos, now serving 8 or 12 pieces with a biscuit, fries, and a drink. Buy from $22 to $17 or from $28 to $23. We've got the little ones covered with 5-piece nugget meal with a biscuit and drink, all twisted up with mac and cheese, each for a tiny price of $10 and $11. For the hearty eaters, 5 crispy strips served with fries and a drink are all yours for $20. It's a limited time feast. Make your way to KFC and treat yourself to these March Madness specials while they last. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
On Easter Sunday, the biggest brunch party in the West returns. Rise 4, the celebration. Easter Sunday, March 31st, Soufre Mini Stadium. Featuring international sensation Tennyson John and the DJ Project live. Also, MTX, E1 Jugglers, Sir Lancelot, Hype Kid, DJ JH Indalo, Levi Chin, DJ Irv, Power FM DJs, MC Donnerville. Easter Sunday from 12 noon, we rise.
Look at people in here tonight. That's what we baby.
Regular tickets are $80 and $350 for VIP terrace area. Get your tickets online at www.fourcirclestickets.com. Mambo's Bar and Courts in Soufre and Courts Ready Cash island-wide. Get VIP and group tickets with no cash at Courts Ready Cash. Dress code Slay in Orange. Rise 4, the celebration, an Optimum event production. Platinum sponsors, Courts Ready Cash and Power 97.9 FM. Gold sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia. Other sponsors, Digicel, Piton Beer, Strongbow, and Island Sound.
I am the whole blinking market.
At the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience. On the fringe of St. Lucia Jazz, yet taking main focus is Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience. Featuring Taunton legend, Future Lights, Robzai and Finesse, TYP, Ricky T, Jefferson John, Headliners, Nyla Blackman, Skinny Fabulous, Taurus Riley.
She's royal, yeah, so royal.
Presented by the Soufre Event Management Organization. Sunday, May 5th at the Soufre Mini Stadium from 3 p.m. General admission, $130 EC dollars. VIP, $400 EC dollars. Get your tickets at fourcirclestickets.com. SRDF, The Cell, Soufre Jazz, the ultimate experience.
So the loan guarantee on behalf of the National Lotteries Authority, this was before the senators in the upper house yesterday. And one independent senator raised some pertinent issues, and that independent senator is Deal Lee.
With regard to the issue of the, well, for want of a better expression, legality of the motion, I believe reference actually needs to be made to Section 23 of the National Lotteries Act, which speaks to the application of funds. And my interpretation of the act is also sort of based on the representations made by the leader of government business that what the NLA is doing is they're going to be financing these projects. If that is the case, then under Section 23, it's a permissible activity. I'll just read Section 23 just so that everybody is on the same page. It says that the funds of the authority, being the National Lotteries Authority, shall be applied to purposes authorized by this act, which would be all the purposes that my colleague Senator read out under, I think, Section 4, and towards youth and sports projects and programs approved by the board with the consent of the minister. So, assuming, again, in the background that the board has met, considered these particular projects, and it has been consented to by the minister, then the financing of these projects by the NLA will be a lawful activity. That being said, though, I do share some of the concerns raised by Senator Stanislas. In particular, we are being asked to guarantee borrowing in the sum of $80 million without any reference to the NLA's ability to repay these sums. We have not been presented with the financial statements of the NLA. We don't know what their current banking situation, financial situation is, so we have no idea as to the ability to repay these sums. For all we know, we may be guaranteeing something that the government has to step in tomorrow to pay. And that's not really the purpose of a guarantee. So for us to make an educated, for want of a better expression, decision on this, really and truly, the financials of the National Lottery Authority ought to have been presented along with this resolution. Again, also the question that was raised by Senator Stanislas with regard to what works, how exactly these funds are going to be apportioned, I think is a salient matter that needs to be addressed. Telling us that some of it is going to go to the ICC World Cup refurbishment projects, some of it is going to go to more generalized sporting infrastructure projects. Really, the benefit will be to St. Lucia as a whole. For example, you may end up spending $75 million on refurbishing Darren Sammy, Mindu Phillip, Grosley, and the other park. which means basically you have $5 million left for the entire rest of the country. Is that satisfactory? Is that sufficient? Again, it's just asking for more information so that we can make decisions that are informed, and that we can then hold the government to account when these projects are actually carried to fruition.
You just heard from Independent Senator D. Lee and giving his contribution on the loan guarantee on behalf of the National Lotteries Authority. Some pertinent issues raised there, because I think those are things that governments tend to take for granted. The fact that you can use the resources of the state at will and not want to account to the people of this country, those things should not be taken lightly. Because if, for whatever reason, the National Authority, the National Lotteries Authority defaults on that loan, not be the government primarily, but the people of St. Lucia who would have to take responsibility for that $80 million loan. And it is to be paid over a 15-year period. And the loan was taken from First National Bank, and 4% interest rate, and to be paid biannually, a little over $3.5 million. So twice annually, this has to be, that commitment would have to be met by the National Lotteries Authority. But there is need, as the independent senator was saying, for there to be full disclosure on this. What is the current financial state of the National Lotteries Authority, among other things? If you're going to guarantee a loan on behalf of someone, Kimani, right? You'd want to know, how are you going to pay back that loan? I want to know you're going to pay back that loan, because if you don't pay the loan, then the responsibility would rest on me, to fulfill this. And that is a huge responsibility that the government of St. Lucia has taken. So I'm all in for full disclosure on the part of the government. The chat room, Kimani.
Someone says, referring to Mr. Lee's contribution, a valid point, sir. Another comment, so who audits the NLE's books? And someone else says, this is the kind of debate we need. In the YouTube chat, someone says, you'd agree that it's a good political point to have ministers commit to remaining on island when stricken with illness. That's a show of their commitment to solving the health system within. Back to Facebook, someone says, from 3 canine dogs to 1 when crime is at its highest in St. Lucia. PJP likes a lot of freeness. I have never come across a PM who loves other countries' things for free. Someone says, St. Lucians, we need to wake up. Another YouTube comment. There is a misunderstanding of the canine unit. He got 1 French dog because our normal German Shepherd in St. Lucia doesn't bark like a French dog. This one will be scary when it does. Le woof. Le woof. Another comment, dogs are usually trained to detect one substance. In St. Kitts and the other islands, the officers generally have 2 dogs at the borders, one to detect drugs and one to detect ammunition. So what is the dog going to be trained to sniff? They never detect both. Maybe this one will. Another comment, when you progress this way, it is then known as regression. Referring to a comment from the Prime Minister over his comments about knowing what's going on with the crime situation. Someone commented behind the scenes, yes. Okay, over to you, Madam Commissioner. So the Prime Minister has revealed that he's spoken with the police. We're expecting word from the Commissioner now.
And also in the chat room, somebody says, are there financial statements reflecting the NLA financial standing prior to receipt of these loans? 452-2979. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
I can.
Yeah, Rick. Good afternoon to you.
Why? I wonder if everybody enjoys NewsSpin as I do. The nuances and the underlying things and the possibilities that NewsSpin offers for intellectual stimulation. Wow, big words. Tim, I hope what I'm about to say is not misconstrued. I am by no means suggesting our Prime Minister is a dog. Okay, good. I am by no means doing so. But maybe you can help me, but I know Kimani is very good at that. there's a Creole truism says, "Chien, di chien noir," whatever.
Di chien me di dans blanc.
Which translates into for your callers outside, your fans outside. Let's translate that.
That a dog might have a dog might have its bad habits, but it has some pluses.
Yeah, let's talk exact direct translation, please.
The dog may be black, but its teeth is white.
Yeah, the dog is black, but its teeth is white, or its teeth are white.
Now that is a Creole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's analyze that for just 2 seconds. The dog is black,
but its teeth
are white. What does that tell you? I'll tell you quickly. What it says to me is the dog may have the misfortune of being black, but you got to give it credit. It's got beautiful white teeth. Would that be
that's a direct translation.
Thank you.
A direct translation.
So I want to apply.
But there's more to it. There's more to it than just that, Rick.
Go ahead.
There's more to it in the sense that the dog might have some bad habits, but this is one area where it excels, where it's perfect.
It can have that too.
Yeah.
But I was doing it literally.
Right.
Chien noir.
Mais dents blancs. Dents blancs. Dents blancs.
Dents blancs. I'm doing it direct translation. The dog may be black, which is indicative of some kind of negative, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The dog may be black. The dog may have bad habits. You call it bad habits. I'm going to go more directly and say exactly what it says. The dog may be black, but its teeth are white. Which means redeeming quality.
Yeah.
Its teeth are white. Okay. Now, you know how racist and insecurity and all the negatives tied up in that local truism?
A lot.
So let's be careful. Those that I pay attention to. Now, the Prime Minister, I quote him properly. And by the way, let me repeat, I am by no means calling the Prime Minister a dog, because we have to be very careful when we use dog in our country.
Especially,
anything.
Especially when we're talking about poodle and all kind of thing. You have to be careful.
Poodle, sugar cake. Haven't you seen the picture of sugar cakes online?
I saw somebody send it to me, so maybe I could send it to my producer, and maybe he could put it on. I don't know.
That would be an interesting picture, I think.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, you kept on asking over and over, or commenting over and over about the one dog situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the Prime Minister actually says was one dog, and he indicated that more would be coming later.
Yeah, he said he does not know if it's one, if it's two, if it's three. He just doesn't know. So we stuck with one. We're stuck with one dog for now.
Stop at one.
Yeah.
Let's be fair to the man.
We're stuck with one dog, but we don't know when. It could be this year. It could be next year. The year after.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I don't want anybody badly analyzing what our Prime Minister said. Okay. And I don't want NewsSpin to be blamed for that, for twisting what our Prime Minister said. He also said that the dog will be trained, which is indicative that it's not at the moment trained.
Yeah.
That it will be trained. That is also on the thing.
Yeah.
When I'm finished talking, you're going to put it just to make sure. So let's get the facts straight. So it will be trained. And finally, Tim, well, not finally, on the dog thing. A unit, there are two very short definitions of unit. An individual thing or person regarded as single and complete, but which can also form an individual component of a larger or more complex whole. That's one. And there's another one, a device that has a specified function, especially one forming a part of a complex mechanism. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in both instances, we can understand the one dog situation that our Prime Minister spoke about. True?
Yeah.
Being very, very fair. I'm being very, very fair to him. There was another point I wanted to make. You know, Tim, damn it. Everybody's going to be saved by the fact that I've forgotten it.
Laj, they have a part of phrase, part of saying, Laj can't twirl, Lola, Laj.
A senior moment.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know now. What to your mind is an independent senator?
Independent senator, well, the objective, they're neither on the side of the government nor the opposition. They're neutral.
Isn't that what you expect of every member of government? Let us say a project is presented in the House.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect, or is it useful to the country for any MP there to speak against it in the worst way when in fact it is something great for the country? I mean, they're gentlemen. You expect all of them.
Of course,
to
I
be
expect.
fair.
I expect them to be fair.
So, in other words, nobody's telling them how to vote or how to speak.
Yeah.
Isn't that independent?
It ought to be, yes.
Independent thinking. So
But
I wonder what is an independent.
But what we have in our parliament, we have a group thinkers.
Well,
in terms of the opposition,
I just want to draw
in terms of the
attention to-
opposition and in terms of the government, group thinkers, they all think alike.
I just want to draw people's attention to those things because we call it the opposition. But we really don't expect the opposition to oppose. We expect the opposition in the interest of the country to oppose vehemently that which they think is negative and to give support, even if tepid support. Give support to a project. They're free. Nobody has a gun to their head say you must oppose. There's no gun to anybody's head in the House to say must oppose. So I really like what is a definition in our neck of the woods of what is an
independent senator.
An independent senator, etc., etc. Also, it is very interesting too. Nobody has analyzed the unique, to my mind, situation of having two politicians who ran as independent, which means they were not connected with any other group out before the electorate, and how they ended up being part of the government.
And
in the cabinet.
And that's Ministers Richard Frederick and Stephenson King.
Yeah, I think that's a unique situation because, in effect, they are supposed to be on the opposing, supportive side of the table.
Yeah.
The same independence of mind that we just spoke about, they are supposed to represent that more than ever.
They ought to.
Yeah. But what we have is a government increased over the number elected by the electorate, because the electorate elected 13
SLP MPs
to form the government.
Yeah.
They could have elected, well, they could have elected all of the candidates that the Labour Party did there.
But the people knew. I think the people knew.
Tim,
that,
don't make me speculate.
No. The people knew. The voters knew that Richard Frederick basically was on the side of the SLP, and likewise King was on the side of the SLP as well. Because let's make sense out of this. The SLP decided not to field candidates in both Castries Central and Castries North. So that was a clear indication.
Good. So in other words, they are in the government with the blessing of the electorate, albeit tacitly.
Right. Yeah.
So why aren't they? If the electorate already felt in their heart of hearts that they were voting for Labour Party people, despite they being independents, then there's no need to complain or question or whatever. Am I right?
No, there isn't any need to.
Why then neither gentleman have yet declared themselves actual members of the
St. Lucia Labour Party.
Finally, Tim, that tape of the of Mr. What's his name? The senator you just played there.
D. Lee.
Very, very impressive. But I get the impression, Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Lee?
Yeah.
I get the impression, very articulate too. Nice, always nice to hear that. I got the impression Mr. Lee either chose to forget or forgot or didn't know that the things he was talking about were exactly the same as at the heart of the problem of Rochamel.
Yes.
Because Rochamel gave a guarantee that did not come before the House, that was not given by the House, the details of which were never brought to the House, and somebody is going to say, oh, they went to court. The person is going to say that it's talking absolute foolishness, because the place to look for the answer to that possibility is in the Ramsey report. Okay? So whatever happened in the court with Martinez and so on had nothing to do with anything. It was a separate matter altogether. If you want to get about the real matter, you go and read the Ramsey report. Okay? So all the things he was asking for, Stevenson King actually amended the then guarantee, the law dealing with guarantees, you know. And the law demanded that the House be told in advance of the guarantee who exactly is applying for the guarantee, what is the project that they're guaranteeing, how the guy will pay, and a few other things. And airtight. Stevenson King did that toward the end of 2011, just before the elections. He did that. He changed it. So the things he's asking for there, very, very important things there to protect the interests of the people, right?
Yeah.
We already have been through that with Rochamel. But by...
We're not learning.
Nothing changed. That's what Derek Walker said. Vince, tell me when mankind has changed. Tell me when mankind has changed. So people do not pick on those things. People make no demands in the government. And when you get the shaft with nails in it, they want to complain. If you're not going to complain and stand up for things that are right and go against things that are wrong, then you're going to get the shaft with nails on it in the where the sun don't shine. I hope you will revisit. I know you don't have time today. Revisit that particular contribution by the Senator Lee.
Senator D. Lee.
And then put that up against the details of the Ramsey inquiry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Any final comments from the chat room, Kimani, before we conclude the broadcast?
Someone says, our people are very short-minded. Another comment, wow, good one, Rick. Someone says, Nancy mentioned that they approve certain projects but put forward by the government. Another comment, that was their strategy, Rick. And someone says, an independent senator must be proven to be independent by the people. Another comment, when the K9 unit was first established, it started with one dog from England named Barney. It was increased eventually to 4 dogs, and they were drug detection dogs. Since after this unit was abandoned, we have not had a K9 unit in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. A few more comments in the chat room. You may hit a dog, but it does its job, which is to bark. This can also be implied from the Creole scene. Another comment, someone says, Sugar Cakes is in good care in Canada. That's it.
All right, thank you so much, Kimani.
Before you continue, Tim, someone says, always a pleasure to be inspired and graced with your intellect, Rick. And I agree, before he says I'm not reading necessary comments in the chat.
So this afternoon at 5 o'clock, the Prime Minister will be delivering the estimates. That's at 5 o'clock this afternoon, in case you want to monitor what the Prime Minister is saying, pay attention, listen, be informed, etc. 5 o'clock this afternoon, Prime Minister will be delivering the estimates. So that's the broadcast. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening to the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin. Please join us same time tomorrow afternoon, 12:30, for another edition of the broadcast. Goodbye.